Electric cars, once seen as the automotive industry's ecological lifeline, are losing their luster in the eyes of many CEOs. Millions of dollars invested, promises of a greener future, and yet, something crucial is changing behind the scenes. What's driving these leaders to rethink their bet on electric vehicles? Empty shelves on production lines, high battery costs, and insufficient charging infrastructure are creating a perfect storm. The promise of innovation collides with harsh economic and operational realities. And as new competitors emerge with technological alternatives, the pressure for immediate results only increases. Why then are these challenges becoming insurmountable? Imagine being at the helm of an automotive giant, balancing between the future and current profitability. Would it be prudent to keep an uncertain bet in such a volatile market? What do the numbers and trends say? Unraveling the reasons behind this shift could reveal not only the future of electric vehicles, but also the next big revolution in mobility. First, high production costs. The production costs of electric cars are still a major obstacle for many companies. Electric vehicle manufacturing involves expensive components such as lithium-ion batteries and advanced electric motors. Not only are these components expensive to produce, but they also face scalability challenges. With demand increasing, pressure on supply chains drives up prices, making mass production a significant economic challenge. In addition, the transition from traditional production lines to electric vehicle production lines requires substantial investments. Automakers need to upgrade their factories, acquire new equipment, and train their employees to handle the new technology. These initial investments are high and are often not compensated by the profit margins made from electric car sales, especially at the beginning of the operation. Government incentives and subsidies can help reduce these costs, but they are not enough for all players in the market. In many cases, subsidies are limited and competitive, benefiting only a few companies. Additionally, reliance on subsidies can be risky, as government policies can change over time, leaving businesses exposed to significant variations in production costs. Second, lack of charging infrastructure. Charging infrastructure for electric vehicles is still inadequate in many regions, especially outside major urban centers. The limited availability of fast charging stations prevents users from traveling long distances without worry, limiting the convenience and attractiveness of electric cars for many consumers. This problem is exacerbated in rural and less developed areas, where infrastructure deployment is even slower. The lack of charging infrastructure also creates a psychological barrier for consumers. Range anxiety, the fear of running out of charge during a trip, is a common concern among potential EV buyers. Without a reliable and well-distributed network of charging stations, consumers may be hesitant to adopt electric vehicles, preferring to continue with internal combustion vehicles. Investments in charging infrastructure are essential to increase the adoption of electric vehicles. But these investments are significant and often rely on public-private partnerships. In addition, the standardization of charging technologies and interoperability between different charging networks are additional challenges that need to be overcome to ensure a seamless user experience. Third, battery supply challenges. The production of batteries for electric vehicles faces complex challenges related to the extraction and supply of raw materials such as lithium, cobalt, and nickel. Mining these materials can be environmentally destructive and socially controversial, which raises ethical concerns for many companies. Additionally, the supply of these materials is limited, and the growing demand can lead to significant increases in prices, negatively impacting the production costs of electric vehicles. Battery supply problems are compounded by the geographical concentration of battery production and dependence on a few countries. China, for example, dominates the global production of lithium-ion batteries, which creates vulnerabilities in global supply chains. Any disruption to production operations or exports from these countries could have significant impacts on EV automakers around the world. To mitigate these risks, many companies are investing in research and development of new battery technologies that utilize more abundant and less controversial materials. However, these new technologies are still in early stages of development and could take years to become commercially viable. Meanwhile, battery supply challenges remain a significant obstacle to the expansion of electric vehicle production. Fourth, changing corporate priorities. As new technologies emerge, many CEOs are redirecting investments to alternatives to electric cars, such as hydrogen and biofuels. These technologies promise to be more viable solutions in the long term, with the potential to overcome some of the current limitations of electric vehicles, such as the challenges of energy storage and charging infrastructure. Hydrogen, for example, can be produced sustainably and offers a refueling time comparable to that of traditional fossil fuels. In addition, biofuels, which are produced from renewable organic materials, present another potential avenue for the decarbonization of the transport sector. They can be used in internal combustion engines with few modifications, allowing for a smoother transition from a technological and economic point of view. This diversity of technology options gives CEOs the flexibility to adapt their strategies according to market and regulatory conditions. These changing corporate priorities also reflect the pressure for continuous innovation and the need to maintain a competitive edge. In a scenario of rapid technological change, investing on multiple fronts can be a safer strategy, allowing companies to quickly adjust to new market realities. So while electric cars continue to be an important part of the equation, they are no longer the only bet of the big automakers and tech companies. Fifth, market and consumer reactions. Consumer acceptance and market reaction to electric cars are still uncertain. Many consumers remain skeptical about the range of electric vehicles and the time it takes to recharge their batteries. Despite technological advancements, the range of electric vehicles is still a significant concern, especially for those who need a vehicle for long journeys or who do not have easy access to fast charging stations. In addition, consumers are also concerned about the durability and replacement cost of electric vehicle batteries. Batteries have a limited lifespan and can be expensive to replace, which adds a factor of uncertainty to the total cost of ownership of electric vehicles. This can lead consumers to be hesitant to adopt this technology, preferring to wait for innovations that improve durability and reduce costs associated with batteries. From a market perspective, electric vehicle sales still account for a small fraction of total vehicles sold globally. Although sales are growing, the market share of electric vehicles is still relatively small. This slow growth can be discouraging for CEOs, who need to justify the significant investments required to develop and produce electric vehicles. Market uncertainty and consumer hesitancy create a negative feedback loop, where a lack of demand reduces incentives to invest and innovate. 6. Pressure for immediate results. The pressure for quick financial results leads many CEOs to prioritize projects that generate more immediate returns, rather than long-term investments like those needed to develop electric cars. The cycle of pressure for quarterly results and the need to maintain investor confidence often lead companies to take a short-term view, focusing on projects that can generate quick profits. This short-term mindset can be particularly detrimental to innovation in the electric vehicle sector, where upfront investments are high and returns can take years to materialize. Developing new electric car models, building charging infrastructure, and overcoming battery supply challenges are complex and time-consuming processes that require commitment and patience. Without this long-term vision, many CEOs may choose to abandon or reduce their investments in electric vehicles. In addition, the volatility of the stock market can further increase the pressure on CEOs. When financial markets are unstable, investors tend to be more risk-averse, preferring safe, short-term investments. This risk aversion can make it difficult to justify heavy investments in long-term projects, such as transitioning to electric vehicles. As a result, many CEOs end up prioritizing initiatives that can provide stability and immediate growth, to the detriment of disruptive innovation projects. 7th, insufficient government incentives. The lack of robust government incentives is another factor that discourages CEOs from investing in electric cars. In many countries, subsidies and tax incentives for the production and purchase of electric vehicles are limited or inconsistent. These incentives are crucial for reducing the cost of ownership for consumers and making electric cars more competitive against internal combustion vehicles. Without significant government support, high production costs and infrastructure difficulties become even more challenging. CEOs need to justify the high investments required to develop and bring electric vehicles to market, and the absence of government incentives can make this task extremely difficult. Additionally, Uncertainty about the continuity of these incentives in the future may lead executives to take a more cautious approach, avoiding committing significant resources to projects that may not be sustainable in the long term. Government incentives also play an important role in building charging infrastructure and promoting clean technologies. In countries where governments have adopted aggressive policies to support electric vehicles, such as Norway, the adoption of electric vehicles has been significantly higher. However, without a similar commitment from other governments around the world, many CEOs may view investing in electric vehicles as a risky bet and choose to direct resources to areas where the return on investment is more predictable. Eighth, intense competition and rapid innovation. The rapid technological evolution and intense competition in the electric vehicle market pose significant challenges for businesses looking to stand out. The auto industry is in a phase of accelerated transformation, with tech companies and startups entering the market and pushing traditional automakers to continuously innovate. This fierce competition necessitates ongoing investments in research and development, which can be a heavy financial burden for many businesses. In addition, rapid technological obsolescence is a constant concern. Companies need to not only launch new models of electric vehicles, but also ensure that these models are equipped with the latest technologies in terms of batteries, software, and connectivity. This means that businesses are in a constant race to update and improve their products, which can be an extremely costly and risky task. Competition also comes from companies that are exploring other mobility technologies, such as autonomous vehicles and shared mobility solutions. These technological advancements are redefining what it means to be competitive in the automotive industry, requiring CEOs to not only keep up with innovations in electric vehicles, but also consider how these other technology trends may impact their business. This need to be at the forefront of technological innovation may lead some CEOs to reconsider their investments in electric vehicles and explore other areas of development. Ninth, sustainability and environmental impact issues. While electric cars are often promoted as a sustainable solution, the production and disposal of batteries present significant environmental challenges. Mining lithium, cobalt, and other materials needed for batteries can cause substantial environmental damage, including soil degradation, water pollution, and the destruction of natural habitats. These environmental impacts raise questions about the true sustainability of electric vehicles, especially when compared to other forms of sustainable transportation. In addition, the disposal of used batteries is a growing problem. Lithium-ion batteries have a limited lifespan, and at the end of that life, they need to be recycled or disposed of in a safe manner. The battery recycling process is still complex and expensive, and many regions lack the necessary infrastructure to handle large volumes of discarded batteries. This creates a significant environmental problem, as improperly disposed batteries can release toxic substances into the environment. These environmental concerns may prompt CEOs to reconsider their investments in electric vehicles. As awareness of environmental issues increases, companies are facing pressure to adopt more sustainable and transparent business practices. Investing in electric vehicles without adequately addressing the environmental impacts associated with battery production and disposal can result in public criticism and damage to the company's reputation. As a result, many CEOs are exploring alternatives that can offer comparable environmental benefits without the same challenges. 10th, global economic instability. Global economic instability is a factor that directly affects CEOs' investment decisions in emerging technologies such as electric vehicles. Financial crises, changes in trade policies, and fluctuations in exchange rates can create an uncertain and volatile economic environment. In this context, CEOs tend to be more cautious in their investments, prioritizing projects that offer greater predictability and faster returns. During periods of economic instability, consumers may also become more conservative in their spending habits. The purchase of electric vehicles, which often have a higher upfront cost than internal combustion vehicles, can be delayed or avoided in times of financial uncertainty. This slowdown in demand may make it even more difficult to justify the high investments required to produce and market electric vehicles. Additionally, economic instability can affect global supply chains, creating additional challenges for electric vehicle production. Supply chain disruptions, such as those caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, can lead to production delays and increases in the costs of essential components. These logistical and financial challenges add an extra layer of risk for CEOs who are considering investing in electric vehicles, prompting many to reconsider their priorities and seek safer alternatives. 11th, logistics and supply chain issues. Supply chain issues have a direct impact on the production of electric vehicles. The COVID-19 pandemic has exposed significant vulnerabilities in global supply chains, causing production disruptions and delays in the delivery of essential components such as semiconductors and batteries. These disruptions increase production costs and make it difficult to meet launch schedules for new electric vehicle models. Dependence on specific suppliers and the geographical concentration of production of certain components also pose risks. For example, China is one of the leading suppliers of lithium-ion batteries, and any disruption in Chinese exports could have a significant impact on the global availability of batteries. These geopolitical and logistical risks further complicate the picture for CEOs who are considering investing heavily in electric vehicles. To mitigate these risks, many companies are looking to diversify their supply chains and invest in local production. However, these efforts require time and capital, and the benefits can take years to materialize. Meanwhile, logistical and supply chain issues continue to be a significant obstacle to large-scale electric vehicle production. These logistical challenges add an extra layer of complexity to the investment decisions of CEOs, who may choose to direct resources to areas with lower risk and greater predictability. 12th, portfolio diversification strategies. Many CEOs are choosing to diversify their product portfolios rather than focus all their efforts on electric vehicles. Diversification allows businesses to minimize risk and maximize opportunities in different market segments. Instead of going all in on electric cars, companies are investing in a variety of technologies and products, such as hybrid vehicles, shared mobility solutions, and autonomous driving technologies. This approach to diversification is especially important in a rapidly evolving market where consumer preferences and technologies are constantly changing. By maintaining a diversified portfolio, businesses can adapt more quickly to market changes and take advantage of new opportunities as they arise. This also allows companies to spread their risks while avoiding over-reliance on any particular technology or segment. Additionally, portfolio diversification can help businesses better manage economic cycles. In times of economic uncertainty, having a range of different products and technologies can provide greater financial stability. This is crucial for CEOs who need to ensure the long-term sustainability of their companies. Therefore, while electric vehicles continue to be an important part of many companies' strategy, portfolio diversification allows them to more safely navigate a volatile and uncertain business environment. These topics provide an in-depth and comprehensive analysis of why some CEOs are giving up on electric cars, offering relevant and interesting information to the public. The withdrawal of CEOs from the electric car race raises profound questions about the future of mobility. Are we on the verge of a new technological revolution that will replace electric vehicles? Or will today's challenges be overcome, paving the way for a new chapter in automotive history? As today's decisions shape tomorrow, what can we expect from the next decade? The advancement of hydrogen, biofuel, and autonomous vehicle technologies is poised to transform the market in ways we can't yet predict. How will these changes impact our daily lives and the environment? Keep following this evolution. What will be the next steps for the major automakers? And more importantly, how will these decisions affect you, the end consumer? The journey of sustainable mobility is far from over, and the surprises may just be beginning.